So with what's left in our Brick Breaker game, there's a new module that's up. There's a new part 4. And that really needs to be moved up. There we go. All right, so part 4 basically is going to be the final in this class. So let's just go over what is in part 4. Basically, it's game rules. So we've got a system up and running. We can we can spawn the ball. We can um, we got the different interactions with when we hit the with different bricks, whatnot. Now let's bring this together into some basic game rules. Um, Basically, one of the things can't spawn a new ball, can't spawn, so don't spawn new balls unless there's balls already in the scene. And I'm going to go over that just quickly as an example before we take off today. Um, Count the game score. So again, we have a score um, on our balls. Basically, we should be when those balls pop, they should be essentially um, transferring that score to essentially the game to the game mode should be tracking that essentially for our purposes. Um, hey, life system, you can only spawn 3 balls. This is traditional brick breaker type rules. From the day class, they suggested a timer, default to 60 seconds. So when that is up, basically, like when the last ball is gone, and no lives are left, that's a game over scenario. When all the bricks are gone, that's a game over scenario. And then finally, when the time is up. Obviously, I've got uh, ball destroying objects in my scene, so that's something that that's an adjustment that we'll have to look at. But essentially, when time is up as well. Um, Basically, you should show a score. Should no more input to the bat. If any balls exist, remove them. A button to restart the game. So there should be like a game over scene. There should be a UI. I've been saying, hey, make a main menu level that's different from the game levels, and that just basically have that kick off. Some people ignored that, and they're doing that in the game level, and that's perfectly fine. It's just the idea is when you want to restart the game, you're going to reload the level essentially. So we're not worrying about having to reset the level or whatnot. So that's the information. Let's go back to the module. Here we go. There we go. So again, so the purpose of the assignment, you'll create a main manual on a single level file, build out the game rules, including game over situations. You'll have 2 eyes. And again, extra credit opportunity exists for going above and beyond this basic specification and juicing the game. So if you haven't seen it, it is I'll probably go back and put the link here for the video is called Juice It or Lose It, and it's from one of the creators of it's from two people are giving the demonstration, literally a brick breaker game, and they are showing ways that you can use to make the brick breaker game more interesting. Um, Adding little bits and pieces of code here, things that from sound to physics to screen shake to some basic math to help improve what's going on. And they take their basic demonstration and they juice it up and make it more interesting. So I will go back and put the video link here for the Juice It or Lose It video. So let's just jump in. Let's just say, and one of the things that I'm gonna let me see. So let's just jump into Unreal, and let's just do. Hey, how do we control when the bricks? So let me see. Brick breakers, you're BB Knight. So let's look at how we would control like file open level, not new level. All right. So what I need to go is I need to go into the the bat, And we're actually going to create a new function in can spawn, and I'm going to use an make add an output that's basically going to be a boolean. And I'm just going to call it can spawn balls. I'm going to break this link. We'll come back and use the return node in one moment. But the can spawn balls, what I'm going to do is going to get actors, get all actors of class, and that's going to be my BP ball. And effectively, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to basically get the length of that array. And if that's less than or equal to 0, it should be actually just equal. It'll never be less than. So if that's equal to 0, then yeah, I can spawn more balls. I'm going to turn this and make it pure, and we'll show. I'm going to go before I do that. I'm going to compile this. I'm going to go into my event graph, and so what I'm going to use my button. I'm going to use can spawn balls, and I'm going to put this to an if. To make our lives easier, I'm going to break this link for one moment. I'm going to make our lives easier, and I'm going to turn this into a pure function. And you see when I click pure, it basically turned it into a simple node. And that's cool. We don't have to worry about wiring it in and whatnot. Started. And so if I can spawn balls, I will do so. And I'm going to compile, save everything. I'll go back to the bricks game. You see, press play, and I'm trying to spawn another ball, and I can't. And I don't have the pit, so maybe just grab the pit. I'll drag that right there. I'll press play. In this case, so you can. So let me go and play again. Oh, I'm trying. Wow, those balls are getting destroyed right away. But essentially, now we've got a way to control when we're spawning the balls. Um, and literally every one of these bricks, basically, what we'll again, if we look at, we have a game mode, and I did have an ad score, so we can go back into be our basic brick. Let's BP brick. So on pop, yeah, I'll just do this on pop. So before we destroy the actor, hello. There we go. We want to get game mode. And then we are going to cast. What is our game mode? Is a better question. Settings, BP game mode, brick game mode. Okay. Cast to BP. There we go. Brick game mode. And then we would basically in here, and as brick game mode, add score. And here's the block score. And here we go. And we would, again, if we're not inheriting from on pop, we would need to add this piece. In fact, one of the things we could actually do is do an override, make a new function, um, add score. In fact, let's do that. So that we have that simple function to use over and over in our children. So whenever if we on pop we don't do this, we're not using the parent or using the parent node, we can then go ahead and add this function to do it for us. So we don't have to do this over and over again, which would be annoying. Again, I'll go back here. Game score is being added, so it is doing what we want it to do. So it's just a matter of then creating a HUD class to go get this value and display it on screen. So these are like the low-hanging fruit pieces. Um, Questions from those who are in the room about what you need to do this week? No? Okay. Um, so give context of where we are right now. We're on the 20th. Next week is the day before Thanksgiving. We do not have class next week. We will have class again. Your next class is on December 4th. And then December 11th is your final. This is your last. It's essentially, basically, there's no more. Basically, it's the last day to turn in any work. So the last day to work on this will be the 11th. If I get this for the 10th, I got to move it to the 11th. That's a good question. What day did I put it on? Yeah, this needs to be. This is due. Shows you what I've been. There we go. I gotta do that for the other section now. But anyways, this is your final. Like the work for part 4 is your final. It is worth 250 points because it is your final. So, any questions before? No? Any questions? Any? Okay.